Monday morning quarterback Denard Robinson.
Denard Robinson, shoelaces flopping in the wind, goes all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
On the Big 1050 WTKA.
Shoelace is in the building. Made his way back. Happy belated birthday, my brother.
I appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Man.
It was a great birthday, man. It's been 17 years since I spent one of my birthdays in Deerfield Beach. So my mom was excited for me to be there. I'm sorry, guys, I wasn't here. I got to spend some time with my family, and my mom made sure I had a good time on my birthday, man. She made some good food and good cooking, man.
There you go. And Michigan was able to get that victory while you were out. So and it was a bye.
Oh, yeah.
So there's an opportunity to still look back and reflect upon what was for the Maize and Blue as they got it done down there. Are out there in Lincoln, Nebraska. So not an easy place to play, and they were able to make it happen.
Oh, yeah, that's a tough place to play at. I mean, I played there one time, me as a player, and that was a crazy environment. I actually hurt my ulnar nerve at that stadium. So it brings back good and bad memories because it's a great crowd, and it's a great place to be at. And, that was probably one of my last games playing there, so it was kind of bittersweet.
All right, well, folks, the Monday Morning Quarterback is brought to you by our friends at Golden Limousine. All across the country, Michigan rides on Golden, and you can too, from Detroit to Ann Arbor and beyond. Join teams, businesses, and communities that trust Golden for safe, professional transportation. Visit goldenlimo.com to book your ride now. And so, Lace, heading into the game, talking about a few different themes that they had figured out. Let's insert Bryce into the run game.
Yes.
That being a big factor. And then the other thing that we talked about, I know it's not necessarily directly a quarterbacking thing, but indirectly it is outside zone. They've added stretch to the menu, man. So let's just start there with how you think Bryce performed in the game, them injecting him into the running game, and then of course get into the stretch play.
Shoot, I love the stretch play. I mean, if you ran the stretch play 12 times at 199 yards rushing, I mean, it's a part of your identity now. And off that, if you rush it for 199 yards, then you should be having a boot in the neck and come off of it. So it's great to see that they have that type of thing they can hang their hat on. So right now they've been looking for things they can hang their hat on, and the stretch is becoming what they're relying on. And the running back's doing a great job of stretching and cutting. And when you see those guys stretch and cut, and the O-line got the guys running and pushing guys by or locking the edge, you love to see that. I mean, you see these guys stretching and planning and going for 60, 70, and you see Marshall coming in and doing what he do. So it's kind of cool to see, man. It's kind of cool to see like they're developing what identity they need to have to win games.
Yeah, and what I like is, someone said, can you call them a stretch team now? Are you worried about them losing their identity? Lace, in the first game, they ran 10 duos. They still ran 4 duos in this game. They still ran 4 counters. Yeah. They still running all their stuff. It's just that from game to game, depending on how the opponent is playing them, they're going to feature one run play more than the other.
and here's the truth. I mean, the identity of the team is a run team. They run first, and then and when you can pass the ball off that helps Bryce make it way easier, because now the linebackers are coming up, the safeties are coming up. Now you're making making the picture easier for him to make these throws, and you see that off the neck with the neckies. He was 3 for 3 on the naked. So you see that's gonna make it's gonna clear it up for him, and it's gonna make it easy for his eyes to find a guy.
Yeah, man, he was able to make very, very quick decisions.
Yes.
And here's a big difference in how they used him in the run game. And against Central Michigan, most of his runs were the improv runs where he just pulled it down and ran it. And in this last game against Nebraska, most of them was the called quarterback runs, quarterback draw. They ran the QB stretch. I mean, most of them was the called quarterback runs in that game.
So when you see him take off, like that first touchdown he scored, I feel like that was a quarterback draw. So you see him kind of drop back and then take off. And when you see those type of runs, I tell people all the time, those runs that improv or quarterback draws, those are the ones that go for a long, because now the defense is turning it back to you. And now you got a chance to see everything, identify, and you probably take on somebody one-on-one. You probably take on somebody that's doing the spy, quarterback spy, something like that. So it's kind of cool to see them developing the quarterback run with him. I told you what it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, like he should probably start getting in the range of 10 runs a game. Mm-hmm. And you see it starting to lean towards that. I mean, well, he had 6 or 7 runs this game, and I think it's going to be more of 10 runs call for him to make himself, his presence felt throughout the game.
Mm-hmm. So, you feel like how Chip is bringing him along in the pass game, man. A lot of throws on the move, so he'll move the pocket. He'll give him a boot.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really catering to a young quarterback and kind of making it so he can make those quick decisions. This is just what it feels like.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing for a young quarterback is you and your OC getting on the right page, and he's making it, cleaning up the mud, making it clear for you to say, hey, this is where we're going with this. This is your package. I love that you've been doing this at practice. These are the things that you love. Hey, give me 10, 15 plays that you love. If I call it, you know how to read it. Gets cover 1, cover 2, cover 3, cover 4, cover 6. And you could tell that those guys are practicing that. Like, hey, coach, this is what I feel familiar with, and this is what I want to go with. These are the things that I feel comfortable with. Where if you called it, no matter where we're at on the field, I can make the right decision. And I think that's what Chip is doing. Chip is kind of like slowing it down for him and giving him the plays that he loves. And you can see it. And even on the runs in the pass, it seems like he's making decisions a little quicker. And as the season keep going, it's gonna keep being like that. And he's probably gonna put more stuff on his plate, and you'll start seeing it.
So, the limiting the drop backs, twofold as far as the reason is concerned. Young quarterback, you want to not have him be catching all of these whole field reads, right? You bring them along.
Right.
Other piece is, you still bring your line around as far as protection is concerned. So, this mitigates all of that. But he's going to have to do more of that as the season goes on. You feel like the line will get better.
Right.
You feel like he'll get better reading the whole field. And there was one example in this game that I was like, you know what? That shows me that this young fella is growing up. Now, Devin, brother Devin,
yes,
former quarterback himself, he said, "Hey, never should have thrown that ball. Never should have thrown it out there. You can't throw that." Okay, he got away with it. Talking about the stutter and go to the boundary with Donovan McCulley. He comes down with a toe barely on the line. I think it was in, but I'm curious before I set it up, just what is your take on that play?
So, all right, you said a lot there. So I'm going to go from the beginning of this, right? So you was talking about a young quarterback doing a lot of dropbacks. If you watch the other quarterback across from Bryce, Denard, he dropped back 41 times. How many times was he sacked? So now you run into those type of things that you don't want to see your quarterback get sacked, and you don't want to see your quarterback chasing ghosts. Like it was a couple times that Dylan fell before the rush got to him. So you don't want to break the confidence of a young quarterback. And people don't think about things like that. When you got a young quarterback, you got to protect them in the nakeds and the quick game and the simple things, because you want the ball out of his hands quicker, because you don't want him to start chasing ghosts. And I've seen that before when young quarterbacks start getting hit. And now they're seeing things that they shouldn't be seeing, because now you're looking downfield and you just see something, you feel pressure, and now you just fall down because you're like, dang, that's a sack. I'm bracing for a hit instead of making that throw and taking on a hit. So when you think about the drop back, I think you gotta take that limit it, because you don't want your quarterback to get hit so many times and he start turning to a person that see ghosts or just feeling too much pressure, and now he take his eyes down from downfield. So I think that's a thing that I loved about what Chip is doing with him, because now you don't have to worry about Bryce chasing ghosts. You have to worry about it, because now he's making quick decisions. He's holding and go back to the play that you was talking about is the cover 2. Yeah, he held the safety with his eyes. So he looked down the field, looked down the middle of the field, held the safety with his eyes, and guess what? When you look at McCullum, he always go up and get the ball. So that means he got faith in his guy to give him a chance, put it high and away. My guy catch it or nobody catch it. And I think that was the decision that he made with that. Understand what Devin said. I feel like it could go both ways. If a safety just saying, all right, I'm not looking at your eyes, I'm just going to help my guy, then you don't make that throw. But if you holding a guy and you see the safety stand there and you want to make that throw, you got to go high and away. And that's what he did. I think that was a good decision, and that was growth by him, just showing like, hey, I can make that throw, and that's my guy. He make those type of catches.
Yeah, see, Lace, that makes sense to me. All right, because now, so I'm sure there were things that you could do as a quarterback that other guys is like, okay, Lace, you could do that,
right?
But rest of y'all, nah, y'all can't do that.
and so being a coach, you say that to players sometimes. You be like, hey, this is his rules, not your rules. And most of the time, mine was off the pull. Like if I'm reading the defensive end, if the defensive end even turn his shoulders just a little bit, I'm pulling it.
Did you ever in your life ever pull on a split zone? Did you ever? It's not part of that play, but did you ever do it?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, because it's just sometimes it works for you sometimes. So that's why I tell people, like, with him, he has a strong arm. So those type of shots is like, it's not ideal, but you got the arm to do it. So you got the arm talent to do it. So and you got the receiver that could make those type of catches. I always tell people this. Junior Hemingway, he was one of my main targets, right? So when I used to watch him and I see him against certain guys, I was like, I like my guy, because we had practiced so much of me throwing the ball to him. And if people were like, oh, that was a cloudy throw, why would he do that? I don't see him make these catches. I don't see him frame the ball. So that's why I like to give me personally. I used to give guys a little bit more air just to let the guy see it. My guy see it, and most of the time, most time than not, Junior came down with it. And so that's why you can see that him and his receiver are having that type of chemistry. And I feel like later on down the line, you're gonna start seeing those catches that we all know he can make. You know, that, like he did at Oklahoma. You're gonna see more of those happen and watch.
So I think of a play with JJ McCarthy against Western Michigan. Like you made your first play against Western Michigan. JJ, he sprints to his right, he escapes to his right, throws across his body down the field. It's like, no.
And then it's
touchdown.
Yeah.
And that was something that he could do, throw across his body, whether it's short or down the field, where most quarterbacks, you tell them, don't do that. But him, he could do it.
K was my guy. K was a great quarterback, but we wouldn't tell K, hey, that's something you could do. No, because the arm talent is different. Some people have different arm talent. And it's not me knocking K or nothing like that, but JJ had a different arm. JJ arm, when you watch him throw the ball, it comes off his hand. It's almost like how the ball come off Bryce's hand. It's different. And you see it special.
Yeah, man. So that's why this particular play, I get the coaching side of it.
Right.
I even get the quarterback side of it.
Right.
How you as a quarterback would say, hey man, safety sitting on the hash.
Don't do it.
You gotta bounce, stutter and go out. Even if you hold him, I mean, he could probably make up that ground.
Yeah.
But if you're Bryce and he was intentional about it, Lace, that's what stuck out to me on the all 22. It's like, let's look and see where he's looking.
The wing helmet, I always tell you where he's looking.
He was looking now. He was holding that safety. Right. And then the next part of it is, can you actually make that throw? Can you actually put the ball where you want to put it?
Yeah.
Now, I've watched him. I've seen him. And the dude has touch. He has accuracy and zip. And all of those are on display.
Right.
On that play, Lace. So I'm looking at that. I'm like, man, I'm not going to tell that dude he can't do that. Right. When he is intentional about it. He didn't misread the coverage.
Right.
He didn't make a poor throw.
Right.
He read the coverage. He made a good throw where only his guy can get it. Not the ideal look, but maybe he's not the average quarterback. He's an above average quarterback that can actually make that throw against that look. And
so that's what you see for him. I mean, he can make throws that a lot of people can't. And sometimes they get you in trouble. So I understand what Devin's saying, because you want to knock that out of your game. If you could knock it out and not make these wrist throws and go get the ones that's for sure, that's a plus. But on the flip side is when you got that type of arm talent and you intentional with it, like you're saying, you hold that safety with your eyes and you say, hey, I'm gonna make this throw because I know my guy can make this catch. And if he made that catch, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Right.
So
I actually
that's
think
just
you
the
did.
truth. That's just the truth. So you watch that type of stuff and you realize, like, yeah, I mean, he can make that throw. Let him do his thing.
All I know is the field judge ran up saying complete. And then it was the line judge that came up and said, no, he had the worst view of it, came up and saying it was incomplete. So, no, I liked what we saw from the young fella in that instance. And it's like, yeah, you don't get it, don't turn it over.
Right.
And then once you turn it over, that's when the coach says, okay, don't ever do that again.
And that's what happened with that. Like, I've had those conversations, coach, that was a risky throw. What made you do it? I'm like, I seen something. I practice with my guys, and more time than not, if you complete that throw, coach don't say anything to you. He's like, all right, cool. Like, on to the next. only you can make that throw. Only you can take that risk. So only what your receivers are capable of, and this is what it is.
Yeah, and so this is one of the things we're going to talk about. The receivers that they're coming along too. Right. And so that's going to be part of the questions. By the way, if you have questions for Lace, you can start putting them in the chat. We're going to get to questions for Lace a little bit later on in the episode, like we always do. But he has some drops, Lace. And so when you got that as a quarterback, take me through how you handle that.
I mean,
as the QB.
You got to see what kind of drops you had, and you got to have faith in your receivers. I mean, that's just what it is. You got those guys, you got them all year, so you got to have faith in them. You got to come back to them, and be like, hey, most of the time, more time than not, like I always went up to my guy after he had a drop. I was like, hey, come back to you. Let's go. I'm coming back to you. Let's put you in a position where we can get you a catch. Because once you, like I say, once you see the ball, once you catch it and feel it again, you're ready to go. So I always went to my receivers right after they dropped it, like, hey, I'm coming back to you. Like, this not gonna be the last time you get the ball today. So you got to have faith in them, and I think that's the biggest thing. Just have faith in those guys, because more time than not, they're gonna come down with the ball. Like, his receivers are pretty dang good with catching the ball. Not too many drops this season, my opinion, but this couple of ones like I thought Goodwin. I think it was like a fingertip that was right there, because. But then again, I'll tell Bryce, hey, just give it a little bit of air, man. Let him see it, because I think when the ball get up on him so quick, he couldn't see it, he couldn't feel it, and it probably went off his fingertips. Like I watched him, like, man, that's a tough catch. He could have probably got it, but that was a tough one. So you see a couple drops that's like, okay, I understood why he dropped it. But like, all right, let's come back to you. I got you again with this one.
Yeah, so I think you're gonna see increased competition. I know there was over the bye.
Oh yeah,
you got some young players. You got Andrew Marsh.
Andrew Marsh is biting that. I'm telling you this. That kid is special, man. I was there when they was recruiting him. I think he's one of those guys that can be a playmaker and very dynamic with the ball in his hands. And I think you see, that's why they got him at kick return. So you see him in positions where they want him to be a playmaker. And I think when he started understanding the playbook and understanding coverages, I think he's gonna be a problem. I think he's gonna be somebody that add to the team and being one of those guys that Bryce could rely on.
Yeah, man. Jamar Browder is, I think, another kind of jump ball, big catch radius guy.
Man. Yeah.
So I think they have a couple of guys that through competition and practice might get more of an opportunity, which brings me to another question. You said, hey, why can't they do this? People said, why can't they do this? Why can't they do that? And you said, you got to make sure that the rest of the offense
yes.
can do these things. So I'm going to come back around to that question. Let's say you got a young receiver or a couple young receivers that you want to play.
Right.
And maybe there are some things, maybe they don't know all the shifts and motions yet that they got to do in certain situations. Tell me how you could play those guys, Lace.
And first of all, you got to simplify for them. And you got to say, hey, these are the plays I need you to know. I want you to know in and out. I want you to know, if I put you anywhere on that football field, from the slot to outside, you need to know the route. And it might be 10 plays. But we're going to give you 10 plays that you know inside and out, because no matter where we line you up at, you know the plays. And like I told you that before, I said this earlier, man. The offense is going to move when everybody else is ready to go, because you got so many different units on the offense. You got the O-line, you got the tight ends, you got the receivers, you got the running backs, you got the quarterback. So when everybody start getting on the same page and being able to develop these things and understand what Chip is trying to do, that's when you're going to see the offense start spreading and getting better and better and better. But right now, I feel like the young receivers got to get it together and say, hey, Coach, I'm gonna learn these plays right here, and I understand these in and out. Like I know where everybody's supposed to be at, and I know where I can't be when I run a route. So like sometimes you got young receivers. Sometimes they are so used to doing their own thing in high school because they're the guy.
Mm-hmm.
So when you get to the college level, it's like, okay, you can't go there because this guy's coming there, or you can't sit in this zone because a guy's coming there. So you got to understand, like those are the things that that plays a factor into these young guys getting on the field early. These young guys being an impact player that like they want to be. So now if I'm a young receiver, if I'm, Bell do a good job of saying, hey, young fella, learn these plays right here. And when I hear it on the headset, it's big call, I can throw you in there. So because I know you know these, you understand these from top to bottom.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
from bottom to top, So I think that's what he's going to start doing. He's going to start saying, "Hey, take these plays and run with them. These are your plays." And when I hear it on the headset, "Hey, you go and get in the game." I think that's going to be the biggest thing for him and for those young receivers because they got so much talent. It's a lot of talent, but it's about understanding where you're supposed to be at when you're supposed to be there.
Yeah, I think 4 weeks into the season now, 5 if you account the bye. This feels like the kind of point in the year where you can maybe start putting some young guys in package-wise.
Mm-hmm.
And have you ever been in a situation where, hey, you got a guy on the field he's still a little green. You say, hey, man, just do this.
He's a package guy, but see, here's the problem. That's the problem. You got to have a veteran receiver or a veteran quarterback to tell him and put him in place.
Uh-huh.
So who is the veteran receiver that been in Chip offense? Really? Nobody, because they're just 1 year in with this offense. So you don't have a guy that's able to say, "Hey, this is what you're supposed to be at." Because now we all are trying to understand the offense.
Gotcha.
Now because we only had training camp to know the offense. We had spring, we had training camp, and now we're in the season. So now I think next year you could see guys that develop and say, "Hey, go here. This is what you're supposed to be at," and line you up, line a young guy up, and put him in position. But until then, you got to still work on being young receivers and give them packages, like you said. Give these guys packages and let them line up where they need to line up.
Yeah. Great stuff, Lace. We're gonna go ahead and get to a break. Come back on the other side with more Denard Robinson. If you have questions for Denard, be sure to put them in the chat. We will get to them during our extra period. In the meantime, in between time, we got to get to a break. Be back on the other side here on the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTK, online, thebig1050.com.
Clear on the radio.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I think these young receivers, they don't really know it. And I could tell Andrew Marsh is not where he wanted to be because I think he could be a problem.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play more. Unless he just fell down in practice, I think he's gonna play more. I think we might see a glimpse of Browder, but I definitely think we're gonna see more of Marsh. So basket case, I feel like Devin's point was good throw there, but don't try that against a team with the competent safety. Listen, Nebraska, the secondary was a part of their defense that was like highly regarded.
Uh-huh.
They were one of the highest ranked secondaries in the Big Ten.
Right.
So you aren't facing an incompetent secondary. You're facing a depleted front seven where they were lacking, but in the secondary, that's not where they're lacking.
No.
So that's why I say, man, I just, I think you got to be careful. You want to coach the dude. I'm talking about Bryce, but I would feel like, man, don't overcoach this dude. Don't coach what he can do.
Don't
that's
coach it out of
special.
him.
Don't coach that out of him.
Don't coach it. And I think that's the biggest thing. You got to learn how to, and I think that's what Chip is learning, what he should do and what he shouldn't do. He's learning that quarterback inside and out. And he's learning that, like, now I give him more runs. It seems like you give him more runs, he calm down and he make plays easier. Like, I think when he get hit, like I told you, when you get hit a couple times, it gets you going a little bit. And I think it shows with him. It shows when he get running, the game opened up for him. He got confident. Like you see the confidence, it gets a little bit bigger. Like it's like, yeah, I got this. I got this. Like, I'm ready to go. You watch him running in the end zone. He got his tongue out. He's like, yeah. Like he started feeling it. And like even in Central Michigan when he ran, it seemed like it's like, yeah, I'm that guy. Like I'm feeling myself. And he started making those plays. He started making those throws. Like it's like that's what you got to start getting him in position to do that more.
Yeah,
because now it's gonna make you a hell of a player.
Yeah, because they're looking for more playmaking. I feel like McCulley is coming along in that way as a playmaker, but you gotta, if you got a thoroughbred on the bench in this situation where you aren't getting, it'd be different if they were getting all the routine plays too.
Right.
And I'm not saying that your veteran guys, that any of them have to sit down, but I'm saying you got to rotate the young guys in some more.
Right.
Because they can, even if they make a mistake, sometimes they can make up for it because they have just ability that is to that level where they can cover up some of those mistakes.
Yes. So when you got, then that's the thing. Like McCullum is he's that guy for Bryce. He's the guy that could cover up a lot of a mistake, a bad throw, or we call it a bad throw, but he knows that he could go get the ball. He high points the ball and go get it. And I think that's the biggest thing right now. Like you gotta have those type of guys. And Marlon is one of those guys too. Like he's one of those guys that's your safety net. I think you got to have a couple safety nets. And he got two of them. I think that's why when we watched him against Oklahoma, it looked totally different because Marlon was not there. Like that big target was not out there.
Yeah, you were without Marlon one game, you were without Hogan Hansen another game. Those are two big targets for you in the passing game if you're Bryce. So that's a big deal. Folks are asking, can they go to the portal to get a receiver? Listen, I think it's about the improvement of the guys that they have. And even if you don't have faith in some of the older guys, which I wouldn't say totally lose faith in them being consistent guys that can catch the balls that are thrown to them, there's ability in that freshman class. Yes. And I think you got to try to start squeezing some of that out.
And so, like people don't go to the portal, the same problem is going to be the same problem. Is you got to learn offense. You got to know what you're doing. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like these guys got to get these reps. The more reps you get, the better it is for you. So I think this bye week was good for the young guys.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Monday morning quarterback Denard Robinson.
Denard Robinson, shoelaces flopping in the wind, goes all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Michigan.
On the Big 1050 WTKA.
Are back, folks, here on the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTKA, online at the big1050.com, here with our Monday morning quarterback, Denard Robinson. Lace is in the building, and he knows, like I know, that Golden Limousine is what makes it happen for us here. And Golden Limousine can make it happen for you, too. Golden Limousine International's diverse fleet will have a solution for your every need, ranging from motor coaches to SUVs. Trust Golden to get you to your destination safely, on time, every time. Discover your perfect vehicle at goldenlimo.com and book with Golden now. And so here's the deal, Lace. They have injected Bryce into the running equation.
Yes.
They have found a formula to allow him to process things quickly. Like I said, a lot of moving pocket, a lot of boots, a lot of half-field reads. They're going to start expanding the package, but it's competent for them now. And then the running game is really coming together. I mean, you see they still have their gap stuff, and now you introduce stretch to the equation, and teams are going to have to account for that. So how are defenses going to react? They're going to come up, and they're going to start crowding the line and going man-to-man. How do you deal with that if you're Michigan, and what does Bryce need to be prepared to do as teams start to challenge them more in that way?
As a quarterback, you love that. You love that they're going to challenge you and try to put you in a position where if you come up, I got one-on-one with my guys, and I like my guys. I think that's the biggest thing. They're going to try to stop the run. They're going to try to put like 9 in the box and do all the things that they did when Blake Corn was having that season and the season we went to the national championship. You're going to start seeing that like they did last year. But the biggest thing is now is make them pay. The more they do that, make them pay. And I think you got to be quick with the decisions. And I think that's one thing that Bryce is doing well right now is being quick with the decision. He's not holding on to the ball. And obviously Chip is not putting him in a position to do that. But the play action is going to be big for him because now teams are going to try to stop the run. And once you come off the play action, it's going to be clear because guess what? The safety's going to be coming down. And your guys running a cross route. It's going to be all of that stuff. Now you're just going to make the decision quick and before the rush get to you. That's all it is. And I think that's the biggest thing. Just let the game calm down and be like, hey, this is what we're going to start getting because we got this great running back. We got 2 good running backs that can run the ball. And now you're going to benefit for these guys running the ball. And I think that's the biggest thing. He got to make the right decision off these play actions and the nakeds. He's done it already. He just got to continue to do it.
Yeah, he is tremendous throwing on the run. I'm curious because he's been doing that.
Right.
But he hasn't been doing taking a snap on the center, turning his back to the defense, play action fake.
Yes.
How much of a transition was that for you? How long did it take for you to get comfortable with that?
See, I played on the center when I was in high school, so that was not hard for me. But when Al Borges came in, Coach Borges, Borges Gorge, he came in, he told me where to go with the ball. Like most of the time when you see the defense and you turn your back to the defense, they got to react to this ball. Me faking the ball, and if you good at and you watch him when they did a couple reverse, he's great with faking the ball and doing all those things and tossing the ball up. So once he's get better with faking the handoff, and you got a great running back already, it's easy because now they're coming up to stop the run. So now once you get your head around, you know what your guys are doing, you know what coverage you're thinking you're gonna get, and you watch so much film of like, okay, if we're in a 2-by-1 and we got to play action, we know what coverage they're running against this 2-by-1 front. Or we got one tight end and 2 receivers. We know what we're getting from this. Or we got 2 tight ends and 1 receiver. We know what defense we're getting, what coverage we're getting. And so now when you come off that fake, you're already thinking like, okay, this is what defense is going to be in. And now it's just eyes just telling you, making it true or not. And so now you need to make that decision. Okay, where I'm going with the ball. But now Chip is putting him in a position where you pretty much know where to go with the ball off the fake, off the nakeds, off the boots. So that is what he's putting in his hands already. But now when you start doing the play action, can he make those decisions? That's the biggest thing for me. And I think that's going to be a big weapon for him. And he got to embrace it and understand being on the center is going to be one of his best friends.
So they'll probably go. I imagine it'll be man to man with a spy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's how they'll do it, right? Spy didn't matter against you.
No. But here's the funny thing about it. Like I said the same thing. I said like I would have said the same thing about Lamar, but Lamar yesterday struggled with the spy, and I was surprised because. But what they did with the spy was they hold him, and then once the center turned his back from the spy, he rushed, and so we'll see how they do with him. If they spy Bryce, then they're in trouble because now the run game is going to be excited because now you spying on me instead of being an extra guy in the run fit.
So give me when you faced man to man, what was your favorite sort of man beater that when you were playing?
It's certain routes. Like I love the corner route on man to man. Like if my guy could win on a corner route, a slant route, that was like slant is always the best one to go to. Like the slant route is I got a guy on the slant route. I'm coming to him because I know he's gonna take his time and win at the line. And that's one of the easy one. That's the easy thing to win at. If you win at the line on the slant route, I could just punch plant. I can hang for a second and let you work and just bang it, So that's one of the things. So now you got to identify, and I think man coverage is one of the ones that you say, hey, let me find my guy, because I like my guy against your guy. And so man coverage for me it wasn't too much route for me. It was more of a guy. So if I watch film and I seen a guy that was like, yeah, we on him. And if they go man, we going right to him. And I'll identify like that. So that's watching film.
Even if your guy was lined up to the boundary with a safety on the hash.
Now, see,
that's what Bryce did.
But see, that's not man coverage. That's cover 2. That's different.
It was. I thought it was cover 1 across the board, and then the safety kind of was like, "Hey, but I got you."
Oh, but see, like that. If I see man, and I like you said, if I see man and it's my guy, we going all day. And I'm gonna live with it. I'm gonna be able to go to the sideline and coach gonna be like, "Why you threw that?" I'm like, "That was my guy." So that's why I tell people all the time. Like, if you have a guy, you know, like, okay, I'm going to him. Like, it's man to man. I'm going to him, and you gotta get us. We're gonna get you out of cover 1 because that's my guy going against your guy, and he's gonna cook them all night. And so, like, I'm gonna make you pay. And so, like, when you see that type of coverage, you like. All right, let me identify where am I going with this ball. With him, it might be Marlon Klein on a linebacker. I'm taking Marlon Klein 9 out of 10 times against a linebacker. You know what I'm saying? And McCullough, if he got one-on-one with a corner, we high pointing the ball. Put it up. Let my guy adjust to catch the ball. Like that.
And he won. He beat the dude with the stutter. He was free.
Yes. So that's what I said. Like once you identify, you go into your guy, and you gotta have faith in your guy. Your guy gonna be like, all right, if I didn't make the catch this time, I'll make it next time. I got you. So
they you feel like we gonna see some crossing routes, man.
Oh, for sure, because that's the easiest thing. Because once the safeties get caught up looking in the backfield, those crossers are crossing their face, and now they lost. So the run game is it helps the pass game, and people don't understand that. And if you start understanding football, you understand the run game is built off the play action is gonna always take off on that. And when you got a great running back like we have, like this guy is special. Like he's special.
You think you ready to call Justice Haynes special after 4 games? He's special.
I'm
not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying let's declare.
How many runs has he had over 50 yards?
Is it 4? Ira, 4 runs over 50 yards for Justice Haynes?
Something like that.
So it's 4
every
runs.
game he's explosive.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. So 4 games and 4 runs over 50 plus. I mean, what do you call it?
I call it special.
That's special. I mean, that's special. That guy, and I always tell people just keep giving him the ball. They be like, oh, he getting stopped. I said, keep feeding him because he's gonna break one. He's one of the ones that like, okay, he might not break it in the first. He might not break it in the second. Oh, in the third, let's go. 60. Against Oklahoma, you watched it. They was like, oh, he's getting stuff. I'm like, oh, he's getting yards. I said, the crease is finna come. The crease is gonna come. And guess what? It came. Like that's one thing about this guy. He's gonna find it. He's gonna find it. And that's not all credit to him. The O-line is they start finding their way too. They start finding, okay, we're gonna get to these guys, we're gonna get to the next level. We start making these combo blocks, we start making these dual blocks, we start making these reaches. And you see it. Like I think that's the biggest thing. This guy's special. He's a guy that could find the holes, he could find the wave, and you can see once he get on the gas, nobody's catching him. Mm-hmm. And like when he get on that next level, nobody's catching him. And then he get on the next level, a lot of guys don't want to tackle that, man. That's a big body.
Yeah, it's funny. So Matt Rule, who runs his mouth a lot, after the game, he had to give Michigan credit. He was on the I think a McAfee show. And he's like, so tell us what McAfee was like, tell us about Michigan. He said, man, they got 2 dudes on that squad. One of them is Jay-Sean Barham. He's like, hey, man, I think he's a top 10 pick. He's like, he's a game wrecker. He totally changed
for sure
what we could do, that guy. Because they were talking before the game, like Michigan don't have any quick twitch guys up front. Then they learn different. And then he said on offense, they got this running back that, man, if he gets the slightest crease, it's cancel Christmas. It's over. It's like those two guys are different. He said, now, the part, and this is what I want you to comment on, Lace. He said, now, they're going to have to get to a point where they're able to, drop back and, get some plays down the field in the pass game. Like, this is good enough to beat us, but to win the Big Ten, they're going to have to be able to get, 200-plus yards in the passing game.
Yeah, and that's I mean, every game is different. And I think that's going to happen because guess what? The more you try to stop him, Haynes, you're going to start putting more in the box. And the more you start doing that, the more the downfield throws are going to start happening. And so I don't care how we beat you, but we're going to beat you. Like that's the thing. So if we beat you just running the ball, we're going to beat you just running the ball. But now, come, let's go stop this run because now you got one-on-one with McCullough. And I like one-on-one with him any day because he's gonna high point the ball. He's gonna find the ball in the air, and he got great hands when it comes down to contested catches. And if when it become a one-on-one ball and he run past the guy, we got him. So I'm not worried about this. Like, and I understand he said like it got to be throws down the field. Yeah, it's gonna start happening because guess what? The safety's got to start being the run fits. Now they got to be a part of it because you don't want that Haynes to start. Once he get going, you're not stopping them. So now your safety start becoming a part of the run fits, and now we play action, and now we got one-on-one with him.
Yeah, I just feel like you can see the progression with Chip from game to game, what they're doing. Like we were talking about, hey, look at how aggressively they're playing your bubbles, and then that one game they weren't taking advantage of. This game should have been a touchdown.
Oh, Samaj, I'm talking to Samaj, man. That's my guy. Samaj, you my guy. Samaj, you already know you my guy. Hey, that's little bro. That's my guy. Samaj, you got to continue to West Bloomfield. The quarterbacks outside, Donovan did his thing. He had a couple of touchdown throwing. Samaj, you got the same thing again. You got to make that throw. You got that. I watch you throw the ball in practice. I watch you throw the ball in high school. Like I see him take up a game at high school playing quarterback. He's that type of guy. He got to make that throw, man. Samaj, you already know, man. You my guy, bro. Make that throw, dude. I know you've seen it. And you got to continue to West Bloomfield outside of quarterbacks throwing the ball. Donovan did it for you. You got to do it now. It's Samaj's turn, baby.
Man. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. I think he came to the sideline and said, hey, man, we going to let Lil Ronnie run that next time. I don't know that they said that, but they were like, hey, man, we gonna have to go to young Mr. Bell.
Now, I think Samaj's gonna be the guy. He'll throw another one. They gotta give him another chance to throw.
Give another shot. Because
the bubbles is the big thing right now, and a lot of people are trying to take it away from him because they do a great job. He do a great job of reading and throwing the bubble. So I think that's gonna be the biggest thing. But Samaj, make that throw, man. You know you my guy, bro. You know you my guy.
He came back and made that third down where you got to give, first of all, Bryce and Chip credit because they got him into it. They got him to show what they were in. You know, he gave that little double clap.
Yep.
And they had to show their hand, and then you got to the play where it's a little sprint out, and then old boy got to do the rest. Samaj has to do the rest, and he did. Got the first down.
Yeah, I mean that's a dog, man. Samaj is a dog, and he's one of those guys that if you put him in, he gonna make something happen. And he's special, man. Like Samaj got some stuff to him. Like for him to be that small of stature, and everybody like, oh, he's too small. He's not that fast. He got something that you can't coach. That's that dog. He got dog in him. Like that's something that you can't coach. When you put the ball in his hand, he turns into a superhuman.
And what stood out to me about those guys and we talked about the drops and Biff talked about, he said Bryce has some drops in there. That does need to get cleaned up. Either those guys get better or they start playing some younger guys.
Yeah. But
one of the things that they did, I saw a noticeable improvement in. They blocked better in this game.
Man. And when I was there, they had this thing called beat Ohio, beat Georgia, beat the big dogs. And it would be all runs, and you had to win up front. And I think they probably emphasizing on that now. We gotta start running the ball. Our identity is running the ball, and you'll hear this. You get practice, and it's like a fire drill. Like you hear it and you're like, oh man, what's going on? And my first time there, I was like, what's going on? Like what's the deal? And you see the O-line perk up, like yeah, it's time to go. And you see the defense line perk up, like all right. It's time to be dogs. And right now you start to see that like this O-line is starting to take responsibility of the team and saying, hey, this is our identity. Give the ball to Hayes. Let's run the ball 20, 25 times, 30 times a game, and we're gonna show you what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, man. It's definitely you're starting to see this line come together and the things that they can do in the run game. The next phase is gonna be and protection.
Yes.
Got to protect the franchise here.
Oh, yeah,
when
for
he
sure.
drops back so he can make these plays that they're going to need to be making in these big games.
Right.
And so, we saw a difference between two quarterbacks in that Oregon-Penn State game.
Oh, for sure.
Where Dante Moore was making plays. His boy, Drew Aller, he made a couple, but when it was for the money, he threw it to the other team.
He didn't rise to the occasion. And I think that's the biggest thing. But when you have that, like when you have those type of things, like I thought Penn State should have relied on the run more. At the end of the game, Penn State just go run the ball. You got two running backs that's pretty special, and like I think those guys are like, my opinion, those guys are first round and third round running backs. when you got those type of guys in your backfield, I know you got a first-round quarterback.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
See, I ain't want to bash the kid, but let me put the quotes up there. You got a first-round quarterback, but when you got those type of running backs back there, let them eat, man. Let them play. Put the ball in those guys' hand, and they're gonna be special. So, like, I think right now that's what we're doing with Bryce. It's like we got a first-round quarterback. Like, we really have a first-round quarterback, but he's young. But we got two guys that can run the ball. And they could make teams pay for it. And the more we let them do that, the more Bryce gonna start taking the play action, naked, and you're gonna start seeing balls down the field, deep balls, easy ball. Like that's what's gonna happen. And then you're gonna start seeing one-on-one matchups, and now you're gonna start seeing these young receivers become who we think they're gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna start seeing that.
So take me back to when you were playing. How did you use the bye week? What did you do in the bye week? Was it mostly rest and recovery, or were there things that you were working on specifically in the bye?
Oh, I self-evaluate. You gotta look in the mirror. You gotta see what you did wrong, what you need to work on. What's the process of are you identifying the defense fast enough? And then you definitely gotta take care of your body. You gotta take care of your body because Bryce is starting to get hit now. He's starting to get more tackle, get hit more than he was before, and you get hit by guys that can hit. You get hit by this the next level, So you gotta stay in that coach up, you gotta stay in the training room, get yourself going, but you gotta self-evaluate. You gotta ask coach, hey, what are you seeing? Am I always looking to the left first? Am I always looking to the right? Am I getting my head downfield and looking at the safety and holding the safety like you said on that play? I gotta start identifying quick enough and understanding like the game and understanding, hey, all right. We got other receivers. I need. Hey, let's get in this playbook with me. You come with me. Let's learn this playbook together. Let's get on this board together. Let me see you draw it up, so now I can trust you. You start doing little things like that. So hey, instead of you go, hey, come in here with me. We're gonna watch film. Hey, we're gonna get on the board and let's see you draw it up. Let's see you draw this play up. Let's drop 20 plays today. The next day, another 20 plays.
So you would put guys to the test. Like, hey, man, get up there and draw this.
Oh,
get up there and draw that.
For sure. Because now I know you know what you're doing. And the more I see you draw it up, the more I see you, hey, where should you go with this? Where should you do the curl at? Hey, if they run this coverage, where are you thinking to go at? What hole are you thinking to look at? Because now we developing that type of identity. Like, okay, I know where you're going to sit at if you're running a dig route and it's cover 4. Because now the safety might be right there. Hey, we might want to bang it in the first window. Or if we run an out route, 10-yard out, like we're gonna time it. So now I'm on the field with you. Now we doing timing throws. Now we starting to do like, okay, on the curl route, do you like the ball coming here, outside, inside? Like now, hey, when I throw the ball outside on you, when I throw the ball to your outside, that means the defender's in your inside. So you need to take the ball and go spin that way. So like I'm starting to work on my game and let you understand, like I'm putting ball placement on it. So you understand where to turn with the ball, all those things. Like those are things that people don't talk about and people don't hear. And it's like, okay, yeah, you gotta understand, like, all right, this is the bye week. Yeah, but we still gotta get some work in. We still developing. Mm-hmm. It's only week 5, so we still understand it, and I need to understand that you know the plays.
Yeah. All right, folks. It is time for overtime with Denard Robinson. That means that we are going off the radio. But if you want to ask questions of Denard, get with us over in the stream, and you'll be able to do so. That's going to do it for us on the radio here today. You'll see you tomorrow here on the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTKA, online at thebig1050.com. It is time for overtime now with Denard. If you have questions for Denard, put them in the chat. Go ahead and put them in the chat right now. We will start knocking these questions down. So I'll ask you the first one, Lace, and that has to do with, we've been talking about how they're bringing Bryce along. Mm-hmm. How much more can you do you think they were able to put on his plate during this bye week? Was it mostly just reflecting on what they had done already and making sure they're tight with that? Or did you add more in this bye week? So coming out of it, there are new elements to the equation, so to speak.
Like me personally, I think they got to add a half boot naked. where you have booted and it's a naked, but now you going, we thinking we trying to take the big boy. We going for the gusto. So it might be a double move, or it might be one that is the receivers aiming at the safety, acting like he's gonna block him, and then boop, taking it up the field. So you gotta get a half boot, and you probably gonna add that to you gotta add that to your game now, because you gotta get a half boot, and now you let him sit in the pocket and let him launch one. Let him take a deep pass. I think that's the biggest thing right now is gonna be added in this game. Is he's gonna start have half boots and where he can launch the ball down the field, because he got the arm, he got the receivers to do it, and the run game is gonna be beneficial, because now you fake the ball to Justice Haynes, the safety's looking at him, and now the receivers acting like he's gonna block him, and he's going up the field. I mean, I think that's what they're gonna add to they gotta add that to the playbook, because they're so good at the stretch plays right now.
Yeah, they are. I mean, that's really coming along.
So the half boot.
It's coming along in a big way. All right, so here's one. Who's faster, Lace? You or Justice Haynes? That's what Grant Info said. He thinks Justice is 4.37. I don't know if he's been timed.
No, I don't think Justice is 4.3. No, I'm being serious. I think the kid is fast. He's really fast, but I don't think I will say he's a 4.4 guy. He's one of those guys that he's not going to get caught from behind, and I think he's 4.4. I will be surprised if he runs 4.3. I would be surprised.
Yeah, it says so. According to AI, I guess he put it in. Denard's best 40 time was 4.32. And Justice's is estimated at 4.35, timed at 4.49 in a high school event.
Yeah, see, I think that's what he's going to run 4.4. He's a 4.4 guy, and you can probably you can see it. But what he do have is he's 4.4 all the time. Like, he's in good shape. He's 4.4 the whole game, and that's great.
He 4.4 in pass. He 4.4 with the ball.
Yes.
He 4.4 on the football field.
Yes.
Not just running in the combine.
Yeah. I think that's his thing. I think he's gonna probably run 4.4. And if you ask him, I'm pretty sure he'll probably say 4.4.
So what was your fastest 40?
I ran 4.3. In high school, I ran 4.2. It's funny because my coach, I ran 4.29 or 4.25 or something like that when I was in high school. And my high school coach didn't know I was he didn't know I was the fastest guy on my team. He had never, my head coach in high school, he didn't know I was the fastest guy on the team.
How did he not know that?
Because he never came to my track meets. He was all about football. He was all about football. And my DB coach was like, he's the fastest guy on our team, right? He was like, no, he's not. And so we had this Nike Spark cap at my high school, and my high school coach was saying, like, well, a couple of my homeboys that was pretty fast too. They was faster than me, and I ended up running 4.25. And my coach said, so why are we not in the shotgun?
These are my sentiments exactly, Coach. I was wondering the same thing.
I told him, I was like, Coach, I didn't ask you to put me in shotgun. He was just like, oh, well, I guess we'll put it apart. We'll put you in shotgun now. And so, but my thing is, my coach was a great coach. I think he did a great job of developing me and let me understand how to play action and do all the different fakes. I ran the wing T in high school. So if you watch my high school, it's the wing T. I'm faking the ball to one running back, faking to another, booting and stuff like that. That was my high school.
All right, let's go back to the questions. You have questions for Denard. Put them in the chat now, and we will start knocking them down. Put them in the chat right now. All right. The next one comes from, let's see. This one. Cut from a different class. Said, why would a top wide receiver go to Michigan? They don't throw the football. That was what you guys are running into on a recruiting trail, right? The top guys like, y'all don't throw enough.
Yeah, when I was there, that's the same thing happened. When I was playing there, the same thing happened. And because I remember having Sammy Watkins on campus, and that was my guy. I was like, Sammy, you got to come, bro. Like, you got to be my main receiver. He's like, man, I don't throw the ball enough. I'm like, what? I'm like, come on, bro. I'm gonna get you the rock, So, but like here, like with this situation is, you got the best quarterback in the country right now. Mm-hmm. What are we talking about? Like, that's the selling point. You have the best quarterback in the country, and if you don't think you're gonna be throwing the ball soon, you're crazy. I mean, and that's the truth of it. And here's the problem. Here's the thing. You don't have to throw the ball enough, but Jameson Williamson, if he catches the ball 3 times, he's at one. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can have those Randy Moss numbers because now we play action and you catch the ball 3 times and you at 150 yards. Like, what we talking about? So, and you got a quarterback that can throw the ball. So now the identity of the team is finna change. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's just the truth. Is you got the quarterback that throw the ball, and now you just got to get a couple receivers to get in there because you have the guy to throw the ball already. And if you're a receiver, you should be looking at your chop like, hey, I could grow with this guy.
Yeah.
And guess what? Every scout in the country is going to be watching him.
Well, that's a great point. That's a great point.
Every NFL scout is going to be watching this kid. Like, that's just the truth. He's that type of talent. So I don't care what you're talking about. We're going to get a couple good receivers in here. And I can tell you that soon.
And again, I keep coming back to what I said before. You got a guy that I think was one of the best recruiting jobs in the class. Set Bryce aside, I think the best recruiting job in the class was Ron Bellamy getting Andrew Marsh. Because he got him to commit when Bryce wasn't in the class, right? And you didn't have, you weren't completing any passes last year, and you got him to commit. That was a top 100 guy, a top 75 guy, I think he was. 4-star receiver, top 10 in this position. That guy's on your bench. Like, you gotta, if you aren't getting production at that position, you got to figure out how to get that guy some opportunities.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they already got to make it return. And now you're gonna just start sprinkling them in the offense and get them a couple of touches so you can see, hey, you can be young and play here. And it's a lot of young guys playing here. Like, it's only 2 veterans at receiver right now.
Yeah, and this only gonna be the 5th game.
5th game. So don't look too far in it. I'm telling you, these young guys. And first of all, you're gonna be here. Young guys gonna be able to play here quicker. You're gonna be able to get developed by an NFL receiver. Like, he played in the league. He knows how to win. He's won on almost every level. That's the crazy part about it. So Bell do a great job of developing these guys and understanding, okay, this is what we're gonna do for you. If you're not good at getting off the press, we're gonna put your emotions to make you successful. You got to think about it. We did have Roman Wilson. He got drafted. He's one of those guys that got drafted. So we got some guys that I see Bell is going to start pushing these guys and getting these guys drafted, and I think he's going to start developing these guys. And if you don't see it now, it's gonna at the end of the season, you're gonna be like, okay, I understand. And he gonna start getting those receivers in, and I got faith in him wholeheartedly. And so we gonna see.
All right, the next one, Edgar wants to know, Denard, what seems to be Bryce's best throw, and does he have the freedom to audible in and out of plays?
I don't know if I'm not in there, so I don't know if he have the ability to audible out of plays. But if I'm a betting man or I'm just taking my best assumption, no, he don't have that. Not yet. I think that's something that you work to. You don't just automatically get there. I think right now you just work on him understanding the defense and seeing what he see, understanding the plays, what concept we're running. And what was the other part of it, the last part of it?
And so what seems to be Bryce's best throw?
The dig. The seams. I'm going with seams. The seam route. Anything up the seams, he's locked in on it. I mean, he could hold the safety with his eyes and he beat him with the ball. And I think that's one of the things that he do a great job of, throwing the seams in that dig route. And it's right in the seam area. So it's crazy because it's always in that seam, like dig area. And he does a great job of throwing that.
Yeah, man. You look at the way that this young fella, the way that I keep saying, bringing him along, I think they're doing a terrific job. I think Chip is doing a terrific job with that. Next one comes from Jeff T. Says, Lace, does the schedule they have this year help or hurt Bryce? What I mean is not having 2 home games in a row. They're always either at home and then on the road the whole season.
Oh, that's great. That's great because now he knows how to feel to go on the road. He's going in these good states like Nebraska. That's a great win in Nebraska. And Lincoln. It's hard to win there. It's hard to win in Lincoln. And he won. He went there and won. He got to go see Oklahoma. He got to see a crazy atmosphere. College game days there. Everybody watching you in America. Like that. That's great for him to see that early on because now these spotlights not gonna be too bright for him anymore. It's gonna be like, okay, that's normal. Like, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready to be on these stages, and I belong. And you can see he's starting to show that I belong on these stages.
All right. Another one. This one from Mark McNulty. Do you see improvement from Bryce reading the field?
Yes, you can see it because I feel like for him to hold a safety, that right there is showing me that he's growing and he's knowing like, okay, I got to hold the safety with my eyes to make that throw. If you don't see that type of things happening and he's making that throw and not holding the safety, and that safety is able to get over because that's a boundary safety and he's getting over there and making an interception, that's when you see he's not developing. And I think he's starting to have that process happen. But it's happening. It's happening. Like people always think you're supposed to be like, okay, overnight, I'm a like I always look at as a quarterback as like a tree, a fruit tree. Like it would be an orange tree, whatever kind of tree it is. You know, you gotta grow it up first. It gotta grow out. Then you start growing the limbs, you start sprouting, and then that's when the fruit start coming, and that's when the fruit can drop. But right now he's processing. He's growing, and you can see the beautiful green. He's starting to turn green. So if you grow oranges, the oranges starting to develop a little bit, and now you can see he's starting to develop. And I ain't saying like he's not there yet, but what he's gonna become, it's happening. You can see it starting to happen, and I can see that Chip is starting to understand. Okay, this is what the kid knows right. This is what this young man know right now, and I can see what he's trying to get him to go. And I think at the end of the season, you're gonna start seeing those type of things happen where they're giving him more on his plate and let him understand, like, okay, you take over the offense. You understand, like, okay, now we're throwing the ball downfield. Now we have a couple of reads that you could go high to low, the triangle, and then if you want to go backside, you can throw that. Or it's 1, 2, 3, take off, you know. And I think that's what's happening. I think he's starting to process and understanding, okay, I know what this defense is doing. I know what I see. I trust my eyes. I trust what I watched on film. You start to see that now. You start to see like, okay, I trust what I've seen on film, and now it's happening. Or I trust that I can hold the safety with my eyes, and I can make that throw to my guy.
Yeah, man, I keep going back to what you said when you were talking about if you see man-to-man. He's like, okay, I'm going matchups. I want to know where my guy is.
Yes.
I look at what I see on film. I'm going to go with my guy in that matchup. Right. That is exactly what he did.
Yeah, and that's what you love on
that play. That's why I'm not, I'm not a coach, but I'm like, you knew what you were doing.
Mm-hmm.
You went with your matchup and you put the ball where you need to put it.
Yes.
I'm not going to grade you down for that.
And I think that's
that, young fella.
That come with him watching film and understanding, like, okay, I watch film, and now I'm on the football field, and now my eyes are saying exactly what I seen on film is happening. Okay, I can hold him with my eyes and make that throw.
And see, then there's some other things that show his growth. There was the play that he got off before the play clock went out, for where he threw the screen to Haynes.
Yep,
that was a big one. And then the one with Samaj. I think the double clap.
Yes.
The double clap was one.
Okay, let me see what defense went. I know I'm going the ball. Like, those are the plays that like, it lights you up. It's like, oh, we got him where we want him at. And like, that's the thing that I always used to like pay attention to. Is like, oh, that's the defense that I got you now. And I'll go back to the Sugar Bowl when we played Virginia Tech. They had this double middle blitz, and they ran the two linebackers up the middle and the safety right up the middle. They came, and it was blitz. And every time the safety showed it, he would tip his hand. And every time I seen it, I was like, okay, I know I'm going with the ball. And when you see things like that, it's like, oh, I trust I put the work in. I watched film, and now we got to the game, and it showed up, and it's like, ha! They gave me exactly what we wanted, and we ran. Now I know where to go with the ball, and so that's what he started. You start to see that he's trusting the process.
Yeah, see, I don't know how much freedom they give him, but I do know that within the context of how they do, audible and check plays, he helped with that double clap. He showed his coordinator to look, and then it's a check with me. So he got the play from the sideline. They got into the right play.
Yep, put us in position, and that's I think that's the biggest thing. Like once you start having those plays happen, he's gonna be like, "Damn, coach, you know what you're doing," and it's confidence in him, and then he's having confidence in Chip.
All right, on to the next one. This one is a personal question for Lace. Lace, who was your favorite teammate on defense at Michigan?
I have so many, but that's tough, man. I got JT Floyd, I got Jordan Kovacs, you got Will Campbell. Man, it was so many. I can't say which one, but my brother always is, there's so many Kenny Demons. You put me in a bad situation right now, man. I mean, but like me and Jordan Kovacs, we did a lot of training. We did a lot of training after we graduated. So we trained together before the combine and pro day. So, Jordan Kovacs, me and him became brothers. And, shout out to Jordan. He's at Cincinnati. Coaching the safeties, they looking good. The secondary's looking good. So shout out to Jordan Kovacs. Is one of my guys. So I'm always put him up there because, we grinded. We did a lot of grinding, and he's one of those guys that he's a blue collar guy.
Well, we want him to suck this week. Because it's about to be the Lions, boy. We want him to be terrible. We want the safeties to get torched. So
what I'll say is I want the DBs to do well and Detroit to win. But I want his DBs to do well. And you got to think, hold on. See, here's the catch. Here's the catch. Look how many DBs on Cincinnati went to the University of Michigan.
That's true.
Can we get how many DBs?
Because you got Dax. You got DJ. Who else is it? It's just them two, ain't it? It's not any more DBs with the Bengals that went to Michigan. I think it's just those two.
It's just those two.
That's enough. That's enough.
That's a
lot.
4? 2 out of 4. So you gotta root for. If you're a Michigan fan, you gotta root for those DBs.
Brother, we can't do it.
And the DB coach.
Okay, let's torch the other two. Let's torch the other 3. The other 2 or 3.
You know what I'm saying? So like I root for them just because that DB. The defensive back coach is a Michigan grad, Michigan man, and you got 2 of the guys that's on there. That's Michigan. So I'll always root for them. When I see them guys go make plays, and I'm like, yeah, we doing it. So,
all right, let's go to the next one.
And shout out to Mikey Sanders still with the interception yesterday. That's my brother. That's my little brother right there.
Yeah.
So he had an INT yesterday. I always got to give him.
But Denard, he's already picked off Michael Penix before.
That's true.
Hey, but it looked good yesterday, man. It looked great yesterday. I was so excited.
Doing what's familiar to him.
Yes.
Joe wants to know, do you see improvement in Bryce running the offense at this point? Because Ohio State, he says, sucks, looks to be running smooth on offense compared to us. Or is it just lack of experience on us? I don't think they're running that smooth personally, but go ahead.
The offense is getting there. I think, like I said, it's Chip understanding Bryce understanding Chip, why Chip calling the plays, what we going to put Bryce in position to make. And Ohio State got Jamar Smith, bro. Like, let's be honest. Like, when you got a guy like that at receiver, it's easy for your quarterback to go find him. Or it's easier for him to get one-on-one matchup with his other receivers because now Jeremiah Smith is getting double teamed. So now he's taking out 2 DBs. That is over. And not to knock our receivers, we don't have a Jeremiah Smith on our team yet.
Yeah.
Like that's just honest. Like that's a generational talent. And I think that's the biggest thing. Like suck, whatever you want to say. That's the difference, man. You have that type of talent, and you have 2 other receivers that's pretty dang good.
I think Brandon Ennis was like the number 1 receiver in the country coming out.
Carnell Tate
was big time.
You got other guys, but like so. What I see is we're finding our identity. We're an outside zone team. We're gonna stretch the ball and we're gonna put out from the ground and go score. So I don't care what it looked like right now because guess what? Just last year, we didn't look like it was a better offense than Ohio State, but when we played against each other, what happened?
Mm-hmm.
So I like the process is the process. Trust the process right now, Michigan fans. Trust the process because it's coming. The offense is gonna come and I think we're learning our identity. I think we starting to learn our identity, and I said that before. We're a run team first, and now we got to figure out how to put a half boot in, how to put something in to say, okay. Let Bryce take a couple shots downfield, and I think that's what's going to start happening.
Yeah, there was a really good question. This one from Micaiah, I believe. Thanks for the super chat. Appreciate it. It says, is Donovan McCulley too valuable to play in the slot occasionally?
Oh man, that's a tough question because that kid is special outside. I think a lot of corners can't stop him. We just got to start putting him in position to be that guy. Let's put him in a couple isolated situations where he could be one-on-one with a guy and let him do what he do. Because I think the jump ball is going to be his thing. Give him a couple of jump balls a game. Give him a couple of back shoulder throws. But I think a lot of teams know that. A lot of teams know that, like, that is his blanket. But now we got to start putting Marlon Klein in those situations too, though.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so I think keep him outside. Let him get in those couple one-on-one phase, and like we almost had it against Nebraska. He just stepped out of bounds, and you personally think it was a catch.
I think it was a catch. So did the field judge, by the way.
Yeah. So when you think about that, just give him more of those opportunities to get one-on-one with a guy. Let Bryce hold the safety and let him get one-on-one. I think if we start giving him at least 2 shots like that a game of one-on-ones and let him get a back shoulder or a fade throw, he's going to win it more time than not.
Yeah, man. And listen, you got other opportunity, or you got other options, I should say, at receiver that I think are going to get more of I think Andrew Marsh is going to get more of a look.
Yes.
I think starting this week with Wisconsin, and then I think you see how does he do with that, and then you build on it.
Yeah, I mean
I think it'll go.
I think Andrew Marsh is one of those guys that we're gonna be saying his name in great lights when his career is over at University of Michigan.
Yeah. And then I don't know where Browder is gonna be a little bit different because I think they were feeling like he was a little not as close as Andrew was to being ready to go, but still, when you got the kind of talent that he has to just go up and get the ball.
And that's the thing. He's a 50-50 guy. When people say 50-50, but when it's McCullough and him, Browder, it's more of a 80-20 because I think my guy's gonna win more time than not. McCullough, if you put the ball up around him, he's gonna catch the ball. He's gonna go get it. So like I like his chances one-on-one.
All right. Let's go to another couple. I'm gonna have to scoot because I got to get to an appointment with my mom. But Mark McNulty says, "Why has it taken the coaches till midseason for the past 2 seasons for Michigan to find their identity? Isn't this concerning?"
I've been saying this since I got on the show. The first 3 games is kind of like a preseason games, and you learning your team. You learning because now we hitting. Everybody's getting hit, and we got to understand what type of team we're going to be. Are we going to be a physical? So like the years when Harbaugh, last 2 years when Harbaugh said, we already knew our identity. We knew it. We already had process. We already had went through those times of knowing the defense, knowing the team and knowing the offense because those guys had played together for so long. Now this new team is they're learning how to play together and be cohesive. And you got to understand like that's one thing to learn. And then now you have a new quarterback. And now you got to learn him, what he likes to do. And I said this before. I said 10 runs. I said 10 runs is going to be a happy medium for me, a happy place for him running the ball. Mm-hmm. Give him 10 runs a game. Give Justice 20 runs a game. And I think you're going to find your identity in the play action. And here's the crazy thing about it. You're going to see the play action, the run, fake run with Bryce and throw the ball. Raise up and throw the ball, like an outside zone run. So like those type of things, you got to realize because you didn't know what type of runner Bryce was. You knew he had the ability to run, but you didn't know he's gonna break 40-yard runs and 50-yard. Like we didn't know that he broke a 37 yards, 39 yards. You're learning your team, and that's okay. And as long as you get to know it, you're only a 1-loss team right now, and so now you're learning your identity, and it's okay. That's the process of coaching.
Yeah, I think it was more concerning last year than this year. When this year you got a new offensive coordinator from outside the program,
right? You
got a freshman quarterback,
yes,
that you are trying to implement, and you got some different schemes that you're trying to introduce.
And that's right on point. That's right on point, man. That is right on point. Hey, Sam, you couldn't say it any better. I mean, you got new OC, new quarterback, new running back, new receiver. Like this. You gotta learn the identity. And then Chip is kind of learning the Michigan way of we can run the ball this many times. Oh, we could be successful calling these runs. Like that's he didn't have that. Like North Carolina, they did have a good running back.
Yeah, they did. But Brian Hampton is big time.
But did he have 2 of them? Did he had the O-line to make that be their identity? So like that's the big thing right there. So when you start understanding that, like that plays a factor of learning your team. So week 5 is perfect. Like that is good for us knowing our identity, because those first 3 games is like preseason games. You understand, okay, I can do this, I can call that, I can't call this.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think that's good for them to know their identity.
So I ask you the last one, Lace. They got a Wisconsin team that's coming in.
Right.
That is reeling, man. They are not playing to the level that they expected to play. And yet, you know, they do have some talent on that team.
But see, one thing I would say about them, they stop the run. They do a good job of stopping the run. And so we're going to see. We're going to see. They do a great job of stopping the run, and we're going to see how much our identity could be affected by it or could shine. You know, so I think, you know, they play against a great team. I think Wisconsin is good. It's not a great team, but it's a good team. And at the end of the day, it's a big team, a Big Ten opponent.
Yeah. So how would you, as a leader of the team, because after Wisconsin is USC, right? Now I know USC just took it on the chin at Illinois,
right?
But still, that's a big time game. So how do you get your squad to take Wisconsin serious enough? Because they got mopped at home by Maryland, but like you just said, they're a Big Ten team, and if you overlook them, they can get you. So how would you get your guys to not look ahead when you were playing?
Oh, we don't look past anybody. Every game is an opportunity, bro. We got to look at it like, hey, they coming in, they hungry just like we hungry. They it's either you take this game serious or you look past them, and now we're gonna be wishing that we didn't. You know, so like I think that's the biggest thing that I took. I always say, like, man, no matter who my opponent is, they always got to fight a chance. They can swing and hit us in the mouth, and they're gonna do anything to win this game. Guess what? Because we're a ranked opponent. They're coming to it. That could change. That could be the turning point of their season if they come in here and beat us. So that was always the biggest thing for me. It's like, hey, we could be their turning point. We don't want to be their turning point. We want to, hey, keep pushing them down. Like, hey, we're gonna beat y'all down versus the Maryland did. Like that was my mindset. It's like, hey, I see Maryland beat y'all, but I'm not looking past you because I've done that before, and we done got punched in the mouth. And I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that anymore. And so that's the thing that you got to tell them, like, hey, we looking at them as one of those great opponents. It's a Big Ten opponent, and we got to get this dub.
Absolutely. Well, Lace, welcome back, brother.
Yeah,
like I said, happy belated birthday.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you coming in on a bye week, but that's why we were making up for the birthday episode. So appreciate that. We'll be back next week to break down the Michigan-Wisconsin game.
Yes, sir.
And look ahead to USC. So gave it to you. Hey, by the way, folks, getting on the breakdown with Al and Vance, those might be at different times. Those will be at different times, one or both of them, because we got basketball coverage coming up. So I will keep you abreast of where we are going to slot those shows, but they will probably be at different times because of basketball. So I'll keep you posted on that. In the meantime, in between time, thanks for watching another edition of the Monday Morning Quarterback.